In the last class, I started discussion on sum rates method for absorption and stripping. There I have discussed this flowchart in detail, and I told you that we calculate or we modify LJ using sum rate equation. Okay, it has no basis. Arbitrarily, it was considered, and after using, people have seen the success of this method. Hence, it was adopted as standard method for designing a distillation column or absorption column system. Now, let me discuss how to calculate LG. Okay. So I told you that after calculating Xij from equation 10.12, we don't normalize it. Okay. But ideally, sigma Xij should be is equal to 1. Multiplying both sides by Lj, we can write Lj into 1 gives Lj into Lj into sigma Xij, I equal to 1 to C. Right. Now this Lj, let us consider it as a previous iteration level Lj, and this is the modified Lj. Okay. If sigma Xij is equal to 1, then we get Ljk plus 1 equal to Lj, right? So there is no modification of Lj. But when we are at the early stage of iteration level, then sigma Xij never be equal to 1. Okay, in most of the cases, for most of the stages. So we will get some modified values of Lg. Okay, in next iteration level, right? So this is the source equation for the Lj. Okay, so we modified Lj. Now after modifying Lj, okay, before that we should know the value of Ljk, because in the algorithm you have seen that we consider or we assume only Tj and Vj. We did not assume that Lj. Okay, so Lj is not available. So this right hand side Lj we should calculate. The right hand side Lj we can calculate from the mass balance equation. You are familiar with this mass balance equation. Ljk plus 1 equal to Vj plus 1 k. Sorry, Ljk is equal to Vj plus 1 k plus sigma m equal to 1 to j Fm minus Um minus Wm minus V1. Okay, so this is the equation which you use to calculate Lj. Look at the right hand side. So we know on this value already we have guessed the value. So those guessed value you can substitute here. Then these are the input values. Okay, we know all the variables. Then V1 is also specified. Look at the algorithm. Okay, so Fj, Zij, Tfj, Qj. Here you have okay, Pj, Uj, Wj, Qj, N. Those are specified. Okay, fine. Then you have to also guess on the value of V1 here. Okay. So for j equal to 1 to n, you have to guess all the values. In the previous algorithm, in the bubble point algorithm, V1 was specified, but here V1 is not specified. Right? You can see here. Okay. So it is not specified. So you have to guess also the V1 value, V1, V2 to Vn. All V values you have to guess. So from the guessed value, we know all V values, this V as well as this V1. Okay, so that is how we calculate the previous iteration level LJK. Okay, clear? Any doubt? In the next, we are going to calculate vapor flow rate. Okay, now how to calculate vapor flow rate? In case of bubble point algorithm, we have used energy balance equation. V1 was specified, V2 we have calculated doing in mass balance around condenser. For remaining V means V3 to Vn, we have used energy balance equation as a source equation, right? Not Vn because the Qn was used. V2 V2 to Vn we have calculated from energy balance equation. Sorry, V3 to Vn, and that V3 was calculated from energy balance equation for stage 2. Similarly, Vn we will calculate from energy balance equation for stage n minus 1. Okay, energy balance equation for nth stage was used to calculate Qn, that you know already. Okay, further you cannot use it, right? Anyway, the source equations for vapor flow rate was energy balance equation, right? Clear? But here and further we modified there LJ using mass balance equation. But here we are not using the mass balance equation to calculate LJK. So we can use the energy that mass balance equation as the source equation for VJ. Okay, so there is a big difference in these 2 points. That LJ we calculate from the sum rate equation, right? And VJ we calculate, right? Uh, Using mass balance equation. Okay. Now let us use the mass balance equation. Already you know mass balance equation. Mj equal to Lj minus 1 plus Vj plus 1 plus Fj minus Lj plus Uj minus Vj plus Wj. This is equal to 0, right? Now from here we can find out the expression for Vj, right? We can find out the expression for Vj. Now this is the jth stage mass balance equation, right? And 1 minute. Okay. Now this is the jth stage mass balance equation. Now let us take the sum of this equation from j equal to j to n, right? Now this is the mass balance equation we get from component balance equation. The component balance equation was Mij. Mij is equal to Lj minus 1 into Xij minus 1 plus Vj plus 1 into Yij plus 1, right? Plus Fj into Zij minus Lj plus Uj into Xij minus Vj plus Wj into Yij equal to 0. So this was the component balance equation. Now if we take the sum of this equation, if we take the sum of this equation over the components I equal to 1 to c, then what we get from here? We get Lj minus 1 into sigma Xij minus 1, sigma Xij minus 1 equal to 1. So you get this term. Then Vj plus 1, Vj plus 1 into Yij plus 1, sigma Yij plus 1 equal to 1. So you get Vj plus 1. Similarly, from here we will get Fj, because sigma Zij equal to 1. From here we will get minus Lj plus Uj, right? Since sigma Xij equal to 1, and from here similarly minus Vj plus Wj. Okay, so this equation we get from this component balance equation. Just taking that equation, doing the sum over I equal to 1 to c, and this is the mass balance equation around stage j, that you know. Around stage j, this is the mass balance equation. Now already you have seen that mass balance equation Lj expression was there. To get that Lj, what we did actually, we took the sum of this equation from j equal to 1 to n, right? J equal to 1 to n. Clear? Now here we will do other way. We will take the sum of this equation from j equal to j to n. Clear? From j equal to j to n. So when you do that, we get sigma j equal to j to n Lj minus 1 plus sigma Vj plus 1 j equal to j to n plus sigma Fj j equal to j to n minus Lj plus Uj sigma j equal to j to n minus sigma Vj plus Wj, okay, j equal to j to n equal to 0, right? Now you take the sum of this equation. When you substitute j equal to 1 there, okay, sorry, j equal to j equal to j, when you substitute, you get Lj minus 1, then Lj minus 2, and yeah, sorry, j plus 1, then you will get Lj. So this expanded form of this equation you will get as Lj minus 1 plus j equal to j plus 1 will give you j plus 1 minus 1 Lj, plus it goes on up to ln minus 1, you will get ln minus 1. From this you will get this term, and from there, from this term you will get sigma v j plus 1 vj plus 1, substituting j equal to j, then vj plus 2, then we'll get vn plus 1. Now when we substitute j equal to 1, we get vn plus 1, but vn plus 1 does not exist. So this sum will go up to vn, right? Then this is all about input. We'll keep it as it is, sigma fj, right? J equal to j to n. Then we will keep, okay, look at sigma lj term, okay? Look at sigma lj term. So Lj term gives us minus Lj plus Lj plus 1, plus it goes up to ln, right? It goes up to ln. Clear? Then we have sigma uj term. So let us keep it as it is, j equal to j to n, j equal to j to n uj. Then we have sigma Vj term minus, separately we can write sigma Vj term. So that gives us Vj plus 1 plus it goes up to Vn. Then we have Wj term. So let us keep it as it is. J equal to 1 to n Wj. So this is equal to 0. Okay. Now here we have sum of liquid fluid terms. Here also we have. So take the sum of these two. Okay. So when you take sum of these two, what are the terms left? Lj is there. Ln minus 1, before it also you have ln minus 1. So Lj to ln minus 1 got cancelled. Okay. Here Lj minus 1 remains. Similarly, ln also remains. So from these two sum, net we have Lj minus 1 minus ln, right? Lj minus 1 minus ln. Clear? Then look at this sigma Vj term. Okay, Vj plus 1, Vj plus 2, it goes up to Vn. And look at that sum of V term. Here Vj, so Vj is not there, right? So Vj is not there, but Vj plus 1 to Vn are there. So Vj plus 1 to Vn, here also you have minus Vj plus 1 to Vn. So those cancel each other. So only terms left here is minus Vj, right? So we took the sum of these two liquid fluid terms as well as these two vapor fluid terms. Now look at this term. This is input, sigma uj input, sigma wj input. Those we can write together. Okay, writing them together, we have j equal to j2n fj plus uj fj minus uj. Here minus sign is there, minus uj minus wj. Okay, so we get this equation, taking the sum of this energy balance equation around j stage from j equal to j to n, we get ultimately this equation. Now from this equation we can write, we know liquid flow rate. From this equation we know liquid flow rate. So Lj minus 1, ln, everything are all inputs. So those are also known to us. So only unknown is Vj. So from this equation we can write Vj equal to Lj minus 1 minus ln plus sigma j equal to j2n fj minus uj minus wj equal to 0. Now this is the source equation for the calculation of Vj, right? Now look at right hand side. Already we have modified values of Lj, right? So Ljk plus 1 available, right? So in the right hand side we can write this variable as k plus 1th stage variable, and this also we are modifying. So we can write Lj k plus 1th iteration level Vj k plus 1 equal to Lj minus 1 k plus 1, it is available from this equation, minus ln, that is also available from the above equation, plus this is input, it is independent of number of iterations, so we will keep it as it is. Okay, clear? Now this is the source equation for Vj, right? So this equation we can solve for all the stages. For all the stages we can solve, because we have to modify V1. Okay, in this algorithm we did not specify any vapor flow rate. V1 we did not specify. right? So we have to get V1 to Vn. It means this equation we should solve for j equal to 1 to n, right? For j equal to 1, you will get modified value. For V1, for j equal to 2, for V2, and for j equal to n, you will get Vn. Means if you put this equation within a loop, you will get all modified values for vapor flow rates. Clear? So this is how we calculate vapor flow rate in sum rate method using mass balance equation. Is it all right?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? Okay. So what is the next step? In the next, we normalize Xij. You can see here. We have modified Lj, we have modified Vj. Next, we modify Xij. Means we normalize Xij. Then we calculate Yij. Okay. To calculate Yij, you need Xij. Means you have to do the bubble point calculation. Okay. So how to do the bubble point calculation? So already you have assumed the temperature. Okay. You don't need to do bubble point calculation here. We already know the temperature. Use Antoine equation. Get vapor pressure. Okay. And then calculate Kij. Then calculate Yij. Straight away you calculate. You don't have to do iteration here. Okay, so no need to do bubble point calculation. Simply use Antoine equation to get vapor pressure at this temperature. Okay, once you have vapor pressure, you know stage pressure, stage wise pressure distribution already you know, right? Okay, so you calculate then Pij, Pij equal to Pij divided by P. If it is ideal solution, if it is non-ideal solution, which is true in most of the cases, then you use gamma ij there. Okay, Pij equal to gamma ij into Pij sat divided by total pressure of any particular stage Pg. Okay, so Kij you have, then you directly calculate Yij. Okay, so once you calculate Yij, then normalization of Yij is also done here. That you can see here, normalize Yij. So that you know how to normalize it. Okay, I'm not writing the equation again. Xij normalize equal to Xij divided by sigma Xij. Yij normalize equal to Yij divided by sigma Yij. Okay, understood? Then we have to modify Tg. Let us see how to modify Tg. In the previous algorithm, to modify Tj, we took the help of bubble point calculation, right? So there, in the bubble point calculation, we do iteration for temperature to get converse temperature, and then that temperature will be considered as modified temperature, right? Here, you see, now already we have used mass balance equation to calculate Vg, and Lj we have used a separate equation. Okay, right? Uh, so energy balance equation is left out. Energy balance equation is still untouched. Okay, so we can use energy balance equation to find out converge to modify the temperature, right? Now in this case, okay, Qj are specified, means all Q values are specified, right? Since all Qj here, all Qj are specified, so Q1 to Qn all are specified. So we are not going to use the energy balance equation for stage 1 for finding Q1, energy balance equation for stage 2 for finding Qn. Okay, right? So those are available. So let us use all energy balance equation to find out temperature, modified temperature T1 to Tn. Okay, let me discuss how we do that. Now, in this case, the energy balance equation we can write here for any stage. That energy balance equation Hj equal to Lj minus 1 into HL j minus 1 plus Vj plus 1, okay, Hv j plus 1 plus Fj into Hfj minus Lj plus Uj into HLJ minus Vj plus Wj into Hvj minus Qj equal to 0. So energy balance equation from stage 1 means for j equal to 1 to n we will use to modify temperatures for all the stages including condenser and reboiler, means T1 to Tn. Now look at this equation. In this equation we have terms like enthalpies. So associated with j minus 1th stage we have HLJ minus 1. Associated with j plus 1th stage we have HVJ plus 1. Now this is input, Uj also input, Uj Wj is also input, but we are not looking at the liquid and vapor flow rates. Those are tentatively known to us. Liquid from this equation, liquid flow rate, and vapor flow rate from this equation. Okay, there is no difficulty at all. Now let us look at only at enthalpy terms. HLJ is also there related to this term. Okay, so with this term we have HVJ. Okay, now let us see how temperature affects these enthalpies. This HLJ minus 1 is function of Tj minus 1. HVJ plus 1 obviously function of Tj plus 1, J plus 1 and stage temperature. HLJ is function of Tj, right? And HVJ is also function of Tj, right? And other variables are known to us, either tentatively or through the input permanently, like Fj, Uj, Wj. So those we know. Hfj also we know, right? Qj also we know, okay, including Q1 and Qn. So overall, we can write this Hj function is function of Tj minus 1 that comes through this term. Then it is function of Tj from this and this term. We can write it is function of Tj. Then also you can write this is function of Tj plus 1 through this term. Okay. So it is function of Tj minus 1, Tj plus 1. Right? Understood? I hope there is no doubt. Then we can take Taylor series expansion. We can take Taylor series expansion. If we take Taylor series expansion of this equation, okay, how we take Taylor series expansion? Around some known values of Hj. What is the known value of Hj? At the previous iteration level already we have guessed values of this. Means Tj minus 1 k, Tj k, Tj plus 1 k. So at the kth iteration level we know all the values. Means we know also Hj function. So around that Hj, previous iteration level Hj, we will expand the function. Okay, means we will take Taylor series expansion. Okay, so when you do that, then we can write the function this way. Let us use because here in this step, we are going to calculate temperature iteratively. So there is a inner loop for this iteration. Okay, so separate iteration number we are using. Let's say R we are using, small r we are using as iteration number for this inner loop. Okay, so Hj r plus 1, it is function of Tj minus 1 r plus 1. It is function of Tj r plus 1 at iteration level. It is function of Tj plus 1 at r plus 1 iteration level. Okay. Now this is equal to, let us take Taylor series expansion. Known values, around known values. What is the known value? Hj at the previous iteration level, where temperatures are known as Tj minus 1 r, then Tj r, then Tj plus 1 r. Okay, so around this Hj r, we are taking Taylor series expansion. Means we will take first order derivative and we will limit our derivative up to first order only, right? So let us take the derivative. Delta Hj over delta Tj minus 1. We have variables. First variable Tj minus 1. Take the derivative of Hj with respect to Tj minus 1. Then multiply, and it is estimated at the previous iteration level into delta Tj minus 1. That is how we do. You remember on the Newton-Raphson method, you remember the Taylor series expansion method. Okay, you know this part, right? So delta Tj minus 1 is there. Plus similarly, we can write derivative term of Hj with respect to Tj at the previous iteration level into delta Tj at the previous iteration level, plus we have also another variable Tj plus 1. Let us get the derivative of Hj with respect to Tj plus 1 at the previous iteration level into delta Tj plus 1 at the previous iteration level. Okay, these are the difference. I will define what is delta Tj minus 1 r, what is delta Tj minus delta Tj r, delta Tj plus 1 r. Okay, that I will define soon. Now what is delta Tj minus 1 r? Delta Tj minus 1 r is nothing but temperature difference for the J minus 1 stage temperature between two iteration level. Okay, so this is the definition of delta Tj minus 1 r. Similarly, we can write delta Tjr equal to Tj minus 1 at r plus, sorry, not Tj minus 1, Tj at r plus 1 minus Tj at r. Okay. Similarly, delta Tj plus 1 j plus 1 r equal to Tj plus 1 r plus 1 minus Tj plus 1 at r plus at r. Okay. Okay. So these are the definitions of this one. You know this method, Taylor series expansion method, right? Here we have to get these coefficients: delta Hj, delta Tj minus 1, delta Hj, delta Tj. Now look at this equation. What is delta Tj, delta Tj minus 1? Delta Hj, delta Tj minus 1. So here only this is function of Tj minus 1. Other variables are not function of Tj minus 1. Only this variable is function of Tj minus 1. So from here we can write delta Hj, delta Tj minus 1 equal to Lj minus 1 into derivative of this with respect to Tj minus 1. Similarly, when you take the derivative of delta Hj with respect to Tj plus 1, okay, which variable is there for Tj plus 1? Okay, this one, Vj plus 1. Now only this variable is function of Tj plus 1. Other variables are not function of Tj plus 1. So when you take the derivative of delta Hj with respect to Tj plus 1, we have that equal to Vj plus 1 into a delta HVj plus 1 delta Tj plus 1. And similarly, you look at other terms. HLj is function of Tj as well as HVj is function of Tj. So when you get the derivative of delta Hj delta Tj, then this is equal to minus Lj plus Uj into delta HLj over delta Tj minus delta H minus Vj plus Wj delta HVj delta Tj. Okay, so this is how we get all the derivative terms. This is how we get all the derivative terms, and all the derivative terms I have written here. Okay, how it has come, I have told you. Okay, then when you want to get derivative of this, you should know this function, enthalpy function. Now enthalpy function, algebraic function in the algebraic form available in Aspen Plus. You will get this kind of function, or you can develop also your own function. So you can easily find out this derivative. Okay, take the derivative of this algebraic equation. This is function of temperature only. Easily you can find out this derivative. Okay, so these derivatives are known to you. You see, these derivatives are known to you. Okay, now you can see this equation. In this equation, you have known values of this. Means this coefficient is known into this unknown. This coefficient is known into this unknown. This coefficient is known into this unknown. Now this equation will write for j equal to 1 to n. When you write it for j equal to 1, you get delta t is 0. But that does not exist. Means you have to omit this term. This term you have to consider as 0. So only you have delta t1 and delta t2. For other stages, you have 3 terms: delta t for j equal to 2, delta t1, delta t2, delta t3, and so on. For nth stage, again you will get n plus 1. So this term that is outside of the domain. So this term you have to omit. So you will get 2 terms, n minus 1 and n. Okay. So you understand that there is a scope of formation tridiagonal matrix. Okay, so this is how these coefficients are written, and ultimately those are presented in matrix form. Okay, all the equations in matrix form, and you can see only 3 diagonals are non-zero. Okay, so this is called tridiagonal matrix. You can apply Thomas algorithm to get temperature. Okay, to get temperature, and when you modify the temperature, you are using one term. In the next class, I will discuss how to optimize this data. Okay.